What's up, guys? I hope you're doing well. Spend this day preparing my birthday. I'm going to shop for my birthday dress. The dress that I want to show guys is just a simple dress. I don't want to be complicated. I'm going to be using this kind of fabric, which is bonbon. So, guys, spend this day with me while I will be preparing for my birthday dress. Right? This video is gonna be how I actually prepare for my birthday dress. Without wasting more time, definitely be sure to give the thumb up and subscribe to the channel if you genuinely like this video. Right? Watch until the end so that you can also be part of this family. So guys, I was behind the timer. I decided to shoot just a simple dress so that I can at least wear nice things during my birthday. So this is the dress that I choose to show.
Changing the way I spoke, my temperament, I stopped reacting to stuff, and I started just knocking on doors, and you're gonna be rejected. You're gonna say things, they're gonna be rejected. I think if people were to understand that the season of isolation comes with an automatic rejection, you will not take it personal. When people stop talking to you, you will not take it personal. I mean, like, do you know the feeling of that? Or they just, you know, because like there's just a lot of controversy around your name, they decide to dissociate yourself with you, and it really stuns. There's like a lot of people that I genuinely like as friends. Varsity proximity, not high school. That when I started training and all of that, they backed up and say, "Oops, girl, you trained for the wrong reasons. So, girl, we don't want to be." I'm getting married to this person, and the person says, "I will tap for the woman now." Just no, just no cooking quick. So yeah, just be prepared for rejection, relationships not working, people just stop being your thoughts. You know, the underlying thoughts that you're going to struggle with in the season of isolation. You need to be careful, because there's a lot of people who have taken their lives prematurely because of isolation. So if you are not careful about this issue of isolation, you didn't understand. You see, this is why God says, "My people perish because they lack knowledge." So the fact that you lack the understanding of the season you are in, you're going to think that my life is a mess, nothing works, and people's isolation seasons. Oh, I gotta go, guys. I will continue this conversation when I come back. Fine, for now, okay? Hey guys, I just came back. We were on number 2. It's currently 45 minutes. No, it's 15 minutes to 5 p.m. I just came back. Just had some errands to run. Okay, so we were talking about the issue of rejection, being prone to rejection, and understanding that it's just what the season brings, it's what comes with the season. And if you can understand it, you will not take it deep, you will not take it personal. As I've said, that there's a lot of people who have taken their own lives, because of the rejection they faced in that period. So just understand is what it has to prove. Also, I think rejection also serves you in a way, because this is when God gets to remove people that shouldn't even be in your life. So it's like God gets to sift those people away. So you realize that in the season of manifestation, all the people that would have rejected you are people that were never supposed to be in your life anyway. The season of isolation will really teach you who your people are. Yeah. That season when you are down and out, that's when you get to see who's for you and who wants to benefit from your light and all that. So it's good. Remember, the Bible says, as a man thinks, so he is, so is he. So your perception about things will determine your interpretation of them. Okay. So if you think God showing you your Jonathan, God showing you people that, and also that there's a friend, there's a brother that is made for adversity. So it is your season of isolation before you make it, when God gets to reveal those people to you. Okay? It happens in that season of isolation when you get try and start nothing actually. Okay, so this is very serious, because
Babailwa nabalwa nathi empini singaboni khona abayilwa abalwa nathi empini yemimoya lapho singaboni khona babayilwa nabalwa nathi empini yemimoya lapho singaboni khona abayilwa abalwa nathi empini yemimoya lapho singaboni khona.
Or how God sees you, rather, it is just what happens when you're in the season of isolation. That's what happens. And you can just understand that in winter, there's no. Now, none of what will happen in the season of isolation. So, what should you use it for? Number one, you need to use the season of isolation to grow some type of skill. Okay. There are people that they were in a season where they were unemployed, nothing was moving, and they decided to learn a skill. And they ended up not even, pursuing a career anymore. They started learning how to bake, and then from baking, they started selling cookies. Then they said, "How do you teach people how to bake?" And they have a bakery, then they have employees, and they have a school, and all of those things. But it took someone to learn a skill. So there are people that use their season of isolation as an opportunity to master something. I use my season of isolation to master content creation. I manage so many platforms, and my platforms are not small. They are huge, from TikTok, Instagram. I have X, I have Facebook. I've got multiple channels here on YouTube. There's Anything to Have, there's Journey to Destroy. There's one that started again, Travails of Zion. Then there's this one, Grace Corner. So the reason why I can manage so many things at once is because that my season of isolation, I mastered how to do content creation. I mastered some video editing, game equipment. I mean, you're watching me on this beautiful, beautiful camera.
Babayilwa nabalwa nathi empini yemimoya lapho singaboni khona abayilwa abalwa nathi empini yemimoya.
So a lot of people, God has given you so many talents, so many gifts, but you are just scattered everywhere. Instead of focusing on that which is on the inside of you, you want to use it to what God has called us for. So it is your responsibility to discover your true identity, because your true identity is linked to your destiny and your manifestation. So how you show up, how you speak, how you conduct yourself, okay? Just learning the new version, not even the new version, rather the original version that God has called you for. So we look at me. If you look at me, I'm not really much of a teacher. I'm not really much of a preacher. My teachings are very academic in a way. How I present the Bible is in an academic way. Okay. How I teach it, I'm explaining like an academic lecture. And that's my gift. That's what God has given me. I've realized that God has given me wisdom, hence the mother of wisdom. That's where it comes from. Because I understand this. So today we are having a very interesting topic. Please don't forget to give this broadcast a thumbs up. It helps other people to know that we are live, so that they can come and learn. Okay, so make sure that we have liked the broadcast, we have liked this show. Okay, today we are talking about a very interesting type of subject, and I have hopes for the topic. I just pray that it brings healing to a lot of people. I just pray that this topic brings healing to people. So please just make sure you have like we are going to learn about the spiritual impact of cheating. Very interesting, right? I know. So just make sure that you have given this broadcast a like and thumbs up. Sorry, feedback. Yeah. Before we get into our teaching, I want us to just introduce you guys to this segment. Just want to introduce you guys quickly to this segment. This segment is called Sister Joy. A very important segment because it helps us, or rather, it's going to give you more information about us, Sister Joy. So please do just stay tuned, listen to it, and we then will start.
Huh?
Just
This is
give
I'm gonna lay
me
in there.
a second. Okay.
How did you lose weight, Anna? Come on. Devo lose weight, Anna. Spiritual little Mary. Oh, they're nice.
We've just added the new Ford Ranger Raptor. It's a GTI. All waiting for you. Come on, go for it. Then this might be the street. Quick one back. You need to make this drive here. Well, really cool. Take the great drive. Take your car. Take the ball. Close it to the driving seat. You get the seat. She's got a little thing. Looks like there's an outlet from attention. The dog has on the dog. He's not coming inside the dog. Not the dog.
Marriage is filled with moments of joy, challenges, growth, and sometimes questions need wisdom to navigate. In this segment, I'll be answering your questions. If there's something you've been wondering about, a challenge you're facing, or a topic you'd like us to discuss, send your question to jakujagivesjoy@gmail.com. Ask Sister Joy, where we grow together in understanding and love. Welcome to Ask Sister Joy, where we talk about the real questions
Spiritual lady of Mary.
of marriage. Marriage is filled with moments of joy, challenges, growth, and sometimes questions we need wisdom to navigate. In this segment, I'll be answering your questions. If there's something you've been wondering about, a challenge you're facing, or a topic you'd like us to discuss, send your question to jakujagivesjoy@gmail.com. Ask Sister Joy, where we grow together in understanding and love. Welcome to Ask Sister Joy, a special segment of the Spirituality of Marriage podcast, where we talk about the real questions that come with the journey of marriage. Marriage is filled with moments of joy, challenges, growth, and sometimes questions we need wisdom to navigate.
Spiritual lady of marriage. Spiritual lady of marriage.
Okay. So if you do have a question, please send it to that word they were unashamed, as we have seen that it means to be disconcerted, disappointment, delayed, and all of those things. So this means that the love that God created in the beginning, it was a love that was without any disappointment, a love that was without any disconcertment, a love that was quite fulfilling.
Spiritual lady of marriage.
Anxious to be afraid and all of that. Just give me a thumbs up in the comment section if you guys are able to hear me, if we are together. if we use and are like this, just let me know in the comment section, okay? Alright, so now I want us to focus on this word, which is disconcerted, okay? Now we have already established the fact that the synonym of that word unashamed, which is wash, pronounced in Hebrew, is the word disconcerted, okay? Now, what does disconcerted mean? The word disconcerted, it means unsettled. It was, there was peace of mind. I mean, they were naked and unashamed. So there was nobody that had to be anxious about the other would do. There was no anticipation for betrayal and all of those things, okay? And then that word also disappointment. The word disappointment means emotional state of dissatisfaction, sadness, or frustration, and this is normally caused when hopes or expectations are unmet. Okay, so this tells us that before the fall, Adam and Eve did not have the capacity to commit evil. Okay, so they did not have the capacity to disappoint each other. They didn't have the capacity to confuse each other. They didn't have the capacity.
Babayilwa nabalwa nathi empini yemimoya lapho esingaboni khona abayilwa nabalwa nathi empini yemimoya lapho esingaboni khona Babayilwa nabalwa nathi empini yemimoya lapho esingaboni khona abayilwa nabalwa nathi empini yemimoya lapho esingaboni khona Babayilwa nabalwa nathi empini yemimoya lapho esingaboni khona abayilwa nabalwa nathi empini yemimoya lapho esingaboni khona.
To solve the root of the problem, we built a single flexible platform with powerful primitives that can be shared to build multiple first-class products inside of one app. We call this convergence. It's allowed us to deliver products at an extremely high velocity, and now we're tying it all together in a new way. Everything we've built has led to this. Introducing ClickUp 4.0, the first converged AI workspace. It's the future of software. It's not just, it's the beginning of a new meta category of apps that will define the next generation of software in the AI age. And it ushers in a new era of craft and quality for ClickUp's product. We've always said that using ClickUp saves you one day every week, but I'm confident that you're going to save a lot more than that with 4.0. Because when all of your work converges into one app, one tab, one AI workspace, everything just surfaces.
I want to know if you guys just understood what I just explained when I say that once they partook of that tree, they now had the experiential knowledge, they now had the ability to commit evil. Are you guys understanding that particular statement I just made? Or do I have to explain something? Remember, we are building a foundation. We're going to get to the cheating, but before we get to the cheating, we need to know where did it all go wrong? Where does cheating come from? Because once we understand where cheating comes from, it's easier for us to deal with this issue from the root cause. like from the root of it all. It's easier to deal with the problem from the root. Okay, beautiful. Now, this means that before this was good, right? So God was creating things that were good, right? So even man was created good. Man didn't have the ability to commit evil. It was not in his nature. Remember, man carried the nature of God. So he did not have the ability to do what? To commit evil. Okay? So, this means that the only time man knew what was good and evil was when he partook of the tree. So if we go to the book of Genesis chapter 3 verse 22, when God was speaking to himself, he said, man is now like us. He knows what good and evil. Okay? So the word yada, which is experiential knowledge, speaks of the ability to perceive, the ability to see, the ability to discern, the ability to distinguish, the ability to be skillful in knowledge, by experience, understand, or shew. Yeah, S-H-W. S-H-E-W. Shew. Yeah. And then what shew means to reveal, to demonstrate, making clearly visible. So when they ate of that tree, now they had the ability to demonstrate evil. They now had the ability to demonstrate evil. Before, they only had the ability to demonstrate good. But the minute they ate of that tree, now they had the ability to demonstrate evil. Remember, scripture says in the book of Genesis 2, verse 25, they were naked and unashamed. And that word unashamed means disappointment and all of that. So now, because they didn't have the ability to demonstrate evil, it was impossible for the first couple to produce things like confusion, disappointment, and all of that. But the minute they ate of that tree, now they had the ability to demonstrate evil. Now the ability to cheat, the ability to lie, the ability to do all of these things was now found in the expression of the man. Although in the beginning it was not so. Okay, so everybody on earth has the ability to cheat. Okay, why? Because when man partook of that fruit, that forbidden fruit, men now had the ability to not just demonstrate good, but now men had the ability to also demonstrate evil. And we know that evil is, or rather cheating is part of what we consider evil, is adultery. There are people today, they cheat, not cheat. The cheating habit is a stronghold because the father did it, the grandfather did it, the great grandfather did it. So it's something that is within the lineage. You know, when we talk about genetics, with genetics, you don't just have the color of the skin, the picture of the face, the height, the weight. No. Genetics, you also pass down thinking patterns, you pass down trauma, you pass down even habits. You pass down the ability to deal with your emotions. You pass down all of these things. You guys hear me? No, there are some people, I'm not justifying cheating. I'm just trying to say it was prevalent. Oh my gosh. You are going to have a problem. Are that have been. So, as I was saying that there are so many men who have not yet sat down and decided, okay, what are the patterns in the lineage that have been transgenerational? Something that they saw in their grandfather something that was visible in the father, something that was there in the great-grandfather. So because I haven't done that, they always understand that some of the things we are doing is not necessarily them. Now, when we say to them, well, I don't believe in bloodline stuff. Oh, good for you. But I can show you in scripture. I can trace a problem that was into the father's home. And I don't blame them for that type of thinking, mainly because of the African culture. You know, in the African culture, we were raised to believe that it is the man's responsibility to, and when I say this in Vedek, which means I would say to raise up, no, to erect the father's family or the father's house, okay? Meaning that it is the man's responsibility to make sure that the father's house or the father's name does not get extinct, okay? So let me quickly just dab into that a little bit, okay? There's a difference between extending your father's lineage in terms of the name, the sacredness of the name, right? Let's say, for example, there's a man and his name is Jesus, I don't know who. Let's say his name is, I'm thinking of the surname. There's a man and the surname is Smith. Okay. So Smith marries a woman. Smith has children. Then Smith has 2 boys. Okay. Now, it is based on the African context, we believe that these 2 boys, right, that Smith had, they need to go fetch women from outside and put them into this family, this homestead, and that is how the lineage will progress. Yeah. I get that, but that's not how it should really be. Okay. So Smith has 2 sons, right? And these 2 sons, they are both supposed to go out and go from their own lineage, right? Their own lineage. The name of Smith is listed there. The son doesn't necessarily have to stay within the homestead of Smith for the family to be preserved. Why? When the boys, well, not the boy, but when the sons do not go out, go and enlarge the right? When the boys of Smith do not
That is mainly because of
Superstate Amino Foundation, powered by skin plastic technology with amino acids and pigments, moves with skin frozen 30 hours. Superstate Amino Foundation, making a new you.
I don't know if I'm saying it's making sense. It's what I'm saying is making sense, guys. I don't know if what I'm saying is making sense. But in the African culture, men are taught that you must go marry a woman, and after you marry the woman, bring her here. You go fetch a woman and then you bring her here. Men are not encouraged to go out there and go form a lineage. The African culture in its nature has truly limited the male child into being that. He is not allowed to expand his potential beyond the. It's like the male child in the African culture
Did you mean?
has been conditioned that your
Did
responsibility
you mean?
is to go out and start doing starting your own family, building your own legacy, you are actually building the lineage. You are extending your father's name, but not you as a man. You are of age. It is your responsibility to build the family that you desire. It is your responsibility. I don't know what is going on, guys. Something is wrong with my internet. Let's fire up the computers. No, this is delay. If you're struggling with something, and rejoin. I need to try this to help somebody. Okay, cool stuff. What was I saying? This network is disturbing my train of thought. Okay, so what I'm talking about the marriage that the average man must do to understand within the African culture is that his responsibility is to guard that which his father has built. Men are not encouraged to truly see their potential and to stretch themselves beyond their own capacity. So the man will not get comfortable with what the father has built. It either is going to stay at that level where the father left. Sometimes it may even degrade. Sometimes it will extend it, but it will never reach its full potential. The male child.
Coco.
Okay, I'll touch it. Let me just pause here a little bit. I'll touch it again. Okay. Now let's go to that scripture. Let's go to Genesis chapter 2 verse 24. What does it say? For this reason, the man will leave his father and his mother, and he shall cleave to his wife, and they shall become one flesh. He shall what? Cleave to his wife, and they shall become what? One.
18 months.
I spent the last 2 weeks preparing out every report, every process, every workflow. I have one question. How long does it take to find an system?
We have a 12 process. We start
Oh, wow.
about 4 days.
Oh, wow.
I spent 3 weeks.
Non è qualcosa da dire.
Uma ngaxoxela indaba ongayazi ngicela ungathwala izandla ekhanda ngicela ungamangali mina ngaxoxela indaba ongayazi yena thwala izandla ekhanda ngicela ungamangali sengahlale ngiphethe isithombe sakhe ephaketheni ngoba ngihlale ngithemba ukuthi ngizobona sengahlale ngiphethe isithombe sakhe ephaketheni ngoba inhliziyo yaxhumaxhuma ngibona uyajabula umphefumulo ngimufana nezona ngathi ungahlala useduze nami uzungigonzele bafwenu usubaxoxele ngelinye ilanga njengoba usibani ngifuna ukuba usibani ngithi le ntombi kumele kube ngeya ngifuna ukuba usibani mina le ntombi kumele kube ngeya.
But let me say, society in general trains the man that it is the woman who leads it's the woman who leads her family. But as the man, you still have the liberty to still be connected to your mom and your dad. That's not marriage. The first one to forsake their parents, it needs to be the man. Now I know it's a little bit controversial because society told us that when the marriage happens, it's the father of the groom. Your groom, Jesus. Sorry. It is the father bride and hand over the bride to the groom. Correct. But for the handover to happen, the groom should have already forsaken his own mother and his own father. For the man to qualify to take a wife, according to God's standard, that man should have already moved away from his mother and his father. He should have already moved away, left behind the family that he knew as a little boy. Now, thing is,
Why Nutella super delicious? High quality ingredients made with premium hazelnuts and cocoa in an original Italian recipe by Ferrero. Nutella loves breakfast.
The other candidates? One of them is some girl from, I don't know, India or something. Yeah, exactly. This is basically already mine. Long flight?
sorry?
From India. Long flight, right? Like 17 hours or something?
I'm from New York.
Right, originally.
Sometimes I seem as if like I'm a woman and I'm a little bit more lenient when it comes to men. Listen, as a wife or as a woman, if you choose to choose a man who is spiritually blind, spiritually deaf, has no vision, that is your fault. We cannot teach men how to have vision. It's not our responsibility. We were not called to teach men how to have vision. We were called to follow their vision. So I cannot be married to you yet I have to now teach you how to have a vision. I need to teach you how. No, I can't. That's not my job. So as a woman, if you see a man who has no vision, why are you saying yes to him? What are you going to follow? You are being led to nothingness, no direction, confusion, no clarity. So it is the man's responsibility to be clear about where are we going as the home, as the family, to be clear about how the children ought.
Uma ngaxoxela indaba ongayazi, ngicela ungathwala izandla ekhanda, ngicela ungamangali. Mina ngaxoxela indaba ongayazi, ngathwala izandla ekhanda, ngicela ungamangali. Sengahlale ngiphethe isithombe sakhe ephaketheni, ngoba ngihlale ngithemba ukuthi ngizobona. Sengahlale ngiphethe isithombe sakhe ephaketheni, ngoba inhliziyo iyagxuma ngibona. Uyajabula umphefumulo ngimufana nezonke, ngathi ungahlala useduze nami. Uzungigonzele bafwenu, uzubaxoxele ngelinye ilanga nyoba usibali. Ngifuna ukuba usibali. Ngithi le ntombi kumele kube ngeya, ngifuna ukuba usibali. Mina le ntombi kumele kube ngeya.
So guys, you know what I use? I use to sew on top of violin because the needle was not stitching properly. I don't know why. Maybe it's a needle size or there's a certain specific needle that I should use for a specific fabric. I don't know, but I was in rush. I didn't have time to figure out or what is making my stitches to skip because of I'm sewing in a stretchy fabric. So whatever, I decided to cut and this violin to sew on top of it because I was running over time because it was a day before my birthday. So I have to make a plan so that I can get this dress done, right? So yeah, it did work for me, but it also gave me the work to cut off the violin after stitching, right? But there was nothing I could do. I'll just have to work with what I have.
Bye bye. singaboni khona abayilwa abalwa nathi empini yemimoya lapho singaboni khona babayilwa nabalwa nathi empini yemimoya lapho singaboni khona abayilwa abalwa nathi empini yemimoya lapho singaboni khona babayilwa nabalwa nathi empini yemimoya lapho singaboni khona abayilwa abalwa nathi empini yemimoya lapho singaboni khona.
So guys, now I'm done with sewing my birthday dress. It's just a simple dress. I don't want to take a lot of time, you know. This is how it looked like. I think it came out the way I expected it. I did even this pull over neck. I'm so excited with the outcome. So I'm gonna put it on the video, and then I will include that clip here. So guys, this is what I was talking about when I said I was using the violin to stitch over, because my stitches were skipping. I don't know why. Anyway, if you knew about this problem, and because I usually find this problem most of the times. Now guys, this is how it looked like. So I'm so excited. I want you guys to